Let's move on to main topic number 2. And our second main topic today gets submitted to us by Geeky Gator, who writes, "Hey, John and gang. For the past few weeks, we movie fans have had little new and exciting content each weekend to keep us going. However, this weekend, we have 3 rather big new movies releasing digitally: Artemis Fowl, King of Staten Island, and Da 5 Bloods, the new Spike Lee film. I'm personally most excited for Da 5 Bloods. Which one are you most excited for? And should they space these movies out more evenly if they're on digital?" All right, thanks a lot for that, Geeky Gator. And yes, I mean, it feels weird to say it, but we actually have a week in front of us right now. July 12th is the date, to be specific. But we have a date in front of us right now where we've got 3 films that I am legitimately looking forward to watching. Unfortunately, they're not going to be in theaters for the real movie watching experience, but whatever. We're going to watch them at home if we want to. Those 3 films are the new Spike Lee film, Da 5 Bloods, The King of Staten Island, which honestly looks better than I thought. Anyway, and Artemis Fowl, which a lot of people don't think looks very good at all. I kind of thought it looked all right, but whatever. So we've got these 3 movies coming out on digital, which is rather exciting. And I can tell you right now, I'm actually looking forward to all 3 of these. Which one am I looking forward to the most? Well, I go back and forth a little bit, to be honest with you, about which one I'm actually looking forward to the absolute most. Because on one hand, Spike Lee, he just did BlacKkKlansman, which was my second favorite movie of the year a couple of years ago. BlacKkKlansman was only behind A Quiet Place for me as my second favorite film of the year. I love that movie. So that was great. The King of Staten Island, you're talking about Judd Apatow, right? The director of my all-time favorite comedy, 40-Year-Old Virgin. And even though I didn't like the sounds of the movie, I gotta say the trailer's been pretty good, so I'm looking forward to that. And then you got Artemis Fowl, a title I know nothing about, because I never read Artemis Fowl. I never read any of that stuff. But, I mean, I thought the trailer looked kind of fun. Everybody else hated the trailers, though. Everybody else hated the trailers, particularly people who did read the book seemed to be upset at the trailers. So I don't know. I didn't read the book. So I'm just like, oh, I think this looks like fun. Anyway, which one am I looking forward to the most? All right, let's start with this one. My third most anticipated one out of this group, because I am anticipating them all, but my third most anticipated one out of this group is King of Staten Island. Again, this is something that when I first heard the premise about it, yes, I was intrigued that Judd Apatow was directing it. Although I didn't like that one film he did not long ago, Funny People, he did with Adam Sandler. I actually wasn't a fan of that movie. A bunch of people are. That's cool. I like most of Judd Apatow's work. That one didn't quite work for me. But still, you know, he's doing this. But I've never been a Pete Davidson fan. I've never found him particularly funny on SNL. I know he plays, at least in one episode, he plays Nathan Fillion's brother in Nathan Fillion's show Rookie. It was kind of funny in that. So, you know, but I've never really been a fan of his. Just being honest, never been a fan of his. But then I saw the trailer. I was like, you know what? This has got a little bit of a 40-Year-Old Virgin feel to it. Not in the yuck way, but rather this feels like something that's going to have laughs, but also have legitimate heart to it, which is the thing I love most about 40-Year-Old Virgin. So it looks like it's going to have laughs and heart. And I got to tell you, my anticipation for that movie went from like a 3 to probably like a solid 6, which is a big jump up. And that's what a good trailer should do, right? A good trailer, the sign of a good trailer is when it takes your expectation level for a film, however high or low it is, and bump it up a couple of notches. And I'd say my anticipation went from a 3 out of 10 to a 6 out of 10 just from watching the trailer. So King of Staten Island is the number 3 on my list. Number 2, and this surprises me that I'm putting this at number 2, but is Spike Lee's Da 5 Bloods. Now, some of you who watch the show regularly might be thinking, but John, you reviewed the trailer and you were losing your mind for it. It's true. I am losing my mind for it. I think it looks incredible. And again, you just builds on the fact that this is Spike Lee's first film since BlacKkKlansman, which I totally adored. Obviously, I've always been a huge fan of Do the Right Thing and Jungle Fever. I haven't loved everything Spike Lee's always done, to be honest, but I mean, he's on a bit of a roll. And then you look at this cast. Delroy Lindo, obviously, is amazing, one of the all-time greats. You, of course, have Chadwick Boseman in there. It's great. I didn't know Jean Reno, though, was in the movie until I saw the trailer, which I thought was very exciting. It's a solid cast. It's a great premise for a film. Spike Lee directing, there's nothing not to like here for me. It's got, you know, and I'm a sucker for these stories that tell stories about people who have to go back to something that was traumatizing. There's a number of movies that kind of have that motif, and I'm always a sucker for those. So it implements war film elements, like dealing with past elements. There's a treasure hunt element to the movie. It's got so much wrapped into one, at least on its surface, that I can't help but be super excited for that. So my second most anticipated is Defy Bloods, which then leads us to the movie that really I didn't have a lot of interest in at all. You guys remember me talking in the early days when they were first talking about doing Artemis Fowl. I was like, I could give a crap about this movie. I mean, I don't give a crap about Artemis Fowl. I've never read the books. I don't care. Sounds silly. But then I saw the trailer. And the only reason I'm ranking it this high, and I don't know how, I mean, this movie might suck. I think there's probably a good chance this movie will suck. But I'm ranking it this high because you guys know I am a sucker for genre stuff. Magic and fantasy and sci-fi, and you know I'm a sucker for that stuff. I kind of lean heavily into it. And even though I know all the signs point against this movie, I know that people who know the books did not like the trailers. I know the fact that Disney dumped it onto streaming instead of doing its theatrical release. That tells me something about their confidence level in the film. It doesn't 100% guarantee it. Well, listen, I'm just saying I know all the signs point against Artemis Fowl. But I like the trailer. It's got the fantasy element to it, which I'm a sucker for. So right now, be well rest assured, I'm going to be watching all three of these movies. I'm going to be watching all three. Now, as far as the last part of your question there about should they have spaced these movies out more? Like, should Disney have seen, wow, they're going to be releasing Staten Island and Defy Bloods on the same day. Well, we should move things around. You know what? I don't think so. If it's home video, it doesn't matter. Because it's not like going out to a movie, which is the best way to watch these films and would have been infinitely better. But, I mean, it's a lot easier just to watch it at home. So you don't have to worry about, you know, going out and all that kind. You're in your underwear sitting at home saying, okay, click play. Great. It's done. I can now just click play on the next one. I don't even have to move. I don't even have to go piss. I can just grab the empty 2-liter empty Coke bottle beside me, stick the tip in and fill up the bottle. There, I don't even have to go to the bathroom. I can just sit there, boom, click, watch. So I honestly don't think that there's going to be any problem with it being crowded. I don't think there's any problem with that. You can sit down at your leisure, pop it on, and watch. So I don't think they needed to separate them or move them apart. The question here for you guys is this. Out of these three movies, and I'm looking forward to all three of these, but out of these three movies, Artemis Fowl, Defy Bloods, The King of Staten Island, which one are you looking forward to the most? Is there any of these three that you're not looking forward to at all? I'm expecting a bunch of people to say Artemis Fowl, which is totally understandable. I get that. But what do you guys think about that? Do you think maybe they should have pushed their dates apart further? I don't think there's a problem with it. Maybe you do. Leave your thoughts in the comments section below. All right.